next, the Bears are on the road to face the Browns, two teams that have played each other just 16 times since 1950. Chicago's looking for their fourth straight win against Cleveland, and it's coming your way next.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Browns set to go on offense for the first time, led by Baker Mayfield in his 4th season now from Oklahoma.
And while we can quibble a little bit about statistics, to me, Baker Mayfield's coming off his best season yet. 26 touchdown passes, cut way down on his turnovers, and led the Browns to a playoff victory for the first time since 1994. This young man continues to mature as both a passer and a leader.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 20 carries, 99 yards.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Throwing, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go to work here for the first time, leading them out the 11th overall pick of the 2021 draft, Justin Fields out of Ohio State.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 19 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And off comes to Montgomery. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A give. This is Montgomery. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. A shotgun snap. Fields. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. On the ground, it's Montgomery. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Fields. And pass taken in by Newsom. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They snap it to Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsom. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How
about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They are coming off the game last week, which a very interesting game. And Charles, ultimately, it ended in a tie.
And that's difficult on teams because, let's face it, Brandon, they just don't know how to react. I mean, who does? Did you win? No. Did you lose? No. Because when you win, you jump up and down. Life's good. When you lose, you set your face in that stone look so that you show that you weren't hurt. I think it's one of those things that at the end of the year you find out just how you're supposed to feel about that tie. Did it help you or hurt you in the standings? Then you'll know what you really should have felt that game.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Now Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield. And he's got it. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game. Mayfield looks to throw.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Run it well, and it's picked. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to feel grateful at this point. The defense was able to get the turnover and get the ball back because he threw the interception last time. Could be a 2-score deficit right now. Instead, still 1 score.
Grateful, relieved. Now he gets to turn to his offense and say, look at the gift we got from our teammates. Let's make sure we take advantage of it now. It could be, as you noted, a much bigger deficit.
That catch good for only a couple. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Toss left to Montgomery. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Banner year in 2020 for Myles Garrett. Gets his Cleveland Browns to the playoffs for the first time in a long time and had 12 sacks to lead his team. He's averaged more than 10 sacks a year in his 4-year career and was named All-Pro for the first time after the 2020 campaign.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. A run for Nick Chubb. Room here to run. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 54 yards rushing for him now, and just 6 carries to this point.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. Touchdown, Browns! Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Browns add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Now Parkey for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
On 1st down, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays to go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You get the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Back to throw, Fields. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not,
now Mayfield lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there? There's so much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And that is incomplete here.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Fields now to throw.
Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this was a first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go play action. Mayfield. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
On first down, it's Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. 3 yards the gain there, second down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now it's Fields. That is caught. It's Perriman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Robinson's got it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now in this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
From the gun, here's Fields.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Give him 32 on the play. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. It's caught by Hooper.
And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, Mayfield. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The kick by Parkey is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that just set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result, and that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead,
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
a lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. From the gun on third down, Fields. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long?
Out of the gun, Fields. A full left side taken in by Kmet.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be fourth down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They go with Chubb on second down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Good job.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Big Andrew Billings there on the stop. Back to Montgomery on second down. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Fields. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 17, Fields. And it's incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. This is caught by Robinson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there in this passing game. It just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing just outside his own goal line. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Cohen. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards. From the 27, Fields. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a first down throw, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
And caught up to it. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. On first down, Fields.
Flush to his right. Got some room at the 30. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields, he's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I should just say it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great job, great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
A pass taken in by Newsom.
They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They snap it to Fields.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield with the safety bidding.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. The tackle by Robert Quinn. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance, going for it on fourth. Fourth down, Mayfield. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. No question that one stings a little extra because he had that first down. It would have been a fourth down conversion.
Love the effort. Love the maneuverability. Don't like the fact that he didn't bring the ball with him. And now it's going to go in the other direction.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Fields on target to Mooney. First down, Chicago. Fields on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Andrew Billings able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Bears on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 5. Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. And a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line. Now it's Fields. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw, Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Cohen. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To the air again, Fields. Open man is Newsome. He's got it. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, it's Fields. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Darnell Mooney, the target there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Here's Fields.
Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Troy Hill picks it. There he goes, right side. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now Parkey for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Cohen now to return.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise,
nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes, because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Browns, they pick up their second.